Hello. I've got a new headset. Hopefully everybody can hear me well. I have contacts, so no glasses and no glare. I'm having a good week. If somebody could give me a thumbs up, let me know the new headset is working. It looks like we've already got about 10 people in here ready to get started. Appreciate that. We started an hour earlier for a couple of reasons. One reason is because I tend to be almost ready to fall asleep when we're done with the sessions when we start at 7 or 7:30. So we moved it up. And the other reason is we wanted to follow K&R Destinations because they also are a motorcycle channel or somewhat themed on motorcycles. And we're going to be meeting up with them. And they're actually going to be a guest here in about an hour, hour and a half. So you'll get to learn a little bit more about their channel if you weren't on their live that just ended shortly. So I saw that they sent some people over just a moment ago. So that's great. So I'm going to share my screen so that we can bring you up to date on tonight's schedule. This will be our last Wednesday night live session that's planned for the month of May, and actually through June and July. Our plans are really just to do lives impromptu because most of that time we will be traveling with our grandkids. So we're going to bring you along for that trip whenever possible, but we don't have a schedule of when we're going to go live on those sessions. We will hit the road around June 14th, 15th. We'll talk about that more on the announcements here in just a moment. All right, let me check, see here. We got quite a few people to say hi to. I see JC Journey, Bob's Adventure, Happy Place Camping, Aaron, one of our moderators, Amy, another one of our moderators is here. I also see It's About Time Now, Brad and Diana, Linda Barker's here. Hello, Linda. Amy McFarland, another moderator, Happy Place Camping. Thanks for coming in. And it looks like that's about Justin and Christina. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming in. Endless RVing, Poshcast Camping, Two Restless Retirees. Thanks, everyone, for coming in. We're going to get started with some games here in just a little bit. We're not doing Disney to start tonight. We kind of started that mainly because I had some of my grandkids joining, but they've kind of tailed off as the pandemic has started to get over and things opened up outside. Not joining as much, and we're going to have them with us for 6 weeks. So tonight we're going to go into just regular trivia and a normal schedule here. As you can see, we're going to do some announcements. We'll do some trivia bingo. We'll have a couple of interviews. We'll have one around 6:30ish, and then probably one around 7:15, 7:30ish. We'll play some facts, falsies, and fiction. We'll do a little bit of a giveaway. Let me go ahead and post that first giveaway video, which would be from our last Friday night video. What did you say? You're going to, oh, my other moderator, my wife's late. She's cleaning up after a dog, a sick dog, I guess. Every once in a while, they just have a tummy issue. All right, let me put this link in the chat here for the giveaway to the first video, which we'll do about an hour from now. It'll be a $10 gift card. The way that works is you head over there and leave a comment. Every comment is an entry. We'd love for you to come back and watch that full video. I think that one last Friday was our first stop on Bike Week in Daytona. It was actually at the DeLand Bike Rally. Hey, I also see Mark Henderson, my buddy. He's about ready to become a temporary full-time RVer as he moves from South Carolina somewhere out west. He just bought a fifth wheel. He's picking it up next week, so that should be a fun adventure to follow along. And I think he's thinking about starting a channel. Okay, so yeah, announcements, trivia. I've just ran through all that. We'll do another interview. We'll actually play some games at 7:10. I'm not sure what they are yet. We might get out Mad Gab or just continue with some trivia bingo. And then we'll do a channel raid. So that's kind of how tonight's going to go by plan, but we can change the plans if we decide to bring somebody else on or we want to change topics. It's the last one, so we'll do whatever we want. All right, so let's get going here with the announcements. First, let's talk about points. That's the first announcement here. We've got two things that are going on. One is attendance prizes. So Aaron Jemison and B&D Crafts were the only two that had attended all sessions so far, and I saw them both here tonight. And considering this is the last Wednesday session, they will both get a $10 gift card because they were our attendance winners for the month. And then to the right of the slide here, you can see our points leaders. So Lucky Dog Sue is in first place, Artists on the Road, Gypsies in second place, Brian's in third place. These two are going to be hard to catch, but there looks like there could be a race for that third place between B&D Crafts, Christina Solomon, RV Ashes in April, Aaron Jemison, possibly even some of these down here at the bottom, if they have a really good night tonight, or maybe they hit trivia bingo, have a chance to come into third place there. Okay, I don't see anybody new in the room yet, so let's go ahead and continue forward. Announcements, Lunch and Learn series. So we have been doing a Lunch and Learn series on Thursdays at 1. We're actually, due to Aaron's schedule, we're going to modify that a bit this week and do Friday at noon. And this week we are going to do mainly Aaron, because he's got quite a bit more experience in doing these than I do, some channel reviews. So if you're a fairly new channel and you would like to get an opinion from somebody that's had multiple YouTube channels and it's got a lot of experience, we will do a live channel review with you. Basically, Aaron will pull up your YouTube site and he'll give you some feedback, ask some questions, and we'll go from there. And we also have, towards the end, I have some feedback on some other ways to promote your channel, specifically how you can promote it on Facebook. So a little update on our travel plans as well. And Mark says it may be completely full-time. Yeah, you might get a taste of it and like it. I know we do. Even though we're pseudo full-time, 40 weeks or so a year. Aaron Jemison abstains on the gift card. I can buy him a beer in August. We're going to talk about that. All right. Travel plans and meetups, June, July, grandkid vacation. So we will be kicking off probably around 13th of June, which is my birthday. The kids will be all meeting me for a birthday party at my parents' house. We have to be out of this house by Friday the 12th. So we're going to spend a couple of days at my parents' property where we parked the RV. And then we're going to hit the road on Sunday, June 14th. We're going to take a nice stroll out towards Pacific Northwest, but we're going to take the long way to get there. We're going to go south, out through Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and then up through Utah. So we're going to take, what, about 8-9 days to get there, with a couple days stopping in Bryce Canyon, Grand Canyon area. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And we're going to spend probably 3 to 4 weeks in Washington, Oregon area, which is where Chris grew up, taking our grandkids out there, and then come back. We're not sure of our pathway back yet. We're kind of waiting to see where Mark ends up, and we may try to hook up with him on the way back. Okay, I see Lucky Dog Sue's in the room. Hello, thanks for coming in. All right, so that's the June-July vacation. And then after we get back at the end of July, so the kids can go back to school, if the schools open back up, we will be heading to Amana, Iowa. And this one I'm really excited about as well. So we are going to do a meetup with Aaron Jemison. K&R Destinations is planning on joining us. They may have their travel trailer by then. If they don't, they have a hotel reservation nearby. So we're going to do some motorcycle riding up there, and we're also going to, there's some other events going on there. The Amana communities there are really cool. I think they've got a Worst Fest that weekend, and they've also got a big dog show that weekend. So there's going to be plenty of things to do there in Amana, Iowa. I believe, or actually I suggest that Aaron, myself, and maybe K&R Destinations, we have a live to plan that out, so we can plan out some of the stuff we're going to do there, see if we can invite some other channels to come and join us. And Aaron has just posted, if you want to come join, please call Lori to make a reservation. They're work camping there, so they can help hook you up. All right, let's see here. There's that message. And Mark says it's going to be hot traveling southern route. Well, that's the beauty of a motorhome, my friend. So with a motorhome, we've got 3 air conditioners in our motorhome. We will be chilling like a villain. If we were in the travel trailer or fifth wheel that you pull behind and it's going to be hot when you get there. I remember one time we got to Keene, Kansas in the summer last year, and we stopped at a KOA and it was like 103 outside. It took like 4 hours for our unit to cool off. It didn't cool off until the sun went down, of course. All right, so let's see here. The next one is September, October. We've got a bunch of things going on there around this area, but the main thing that I want to mention is the Mayberry meetup. This is a huge meetup, and I'm not the organizer of it. I don't think Blue Wave or New Horizons or Camper Life are in here, but they're really the 3 that are organizing it. However, you can just call the Mayberry Campground, or it's actually called the it's the Mayberry Campground in Mount Airy. So you can call that place to have a meetup, or actually get a reservation and attend that meetup. The meetup's actually from the 15th to the 18th. Okay, now let's talk about some stickers. So we were late to the game on stickers. We had our channel for a long time, and we just had business cards that we would hand out, and that didn't really get into the sticker game, partially because we didn't know where we'd put the stickers. And as you can see, we still don't know. We're trying to figure that out when we go on the road this time. But the new stickers that we've gotten this week are Forever Best Friend. Charlie Grace sent us a sticker with a nice letter. She wrote us a nice letter. She was our guest last Wednesday. If you haven't checked out Forever Best Friend, it's a great channel. They're fun people. They're just getting started on YouTube, but they're huge on Instagram and Facebook. So check them out. And then we also got a super nice, you can probably guess who this is from. Bob and Debbie go all out, and they actually got regular greeting cards, and they send a nice message. It's very nice to get that message from them, along with their sticker, which is right here somewhere. You guys are probably all familiar with Blue Wave. Our first sticker that we got was from Daydream About Nice Things. We've sent them ours as well. We got one shortly after that from Jerry and Diana Holly. And then we got one from Meant to Be RV and Mike and Teresa. We got one from Hitch Up and Tow, Across the Pond, our first English-based channel that we traded with. And then we also got one from K&R Destinations. So if you would like to channel swap, not channel swap, if you would like to sticker swap, feel free to send us an email, contact us at pauseeffect.com, and let us know you want one of our stickers. We'll send it out to you. And I would give you our address here. I think I still will, because even though the mail is going to be coming here, we've got somebody that picks it up. So we probably won't have another mailing address on this 6-week trip, because we're not going to be in one place for very long. So ours is our dog bone stickers. We're pretty excited about them. Let me go ahead and put that email in here. Contact us at pauseeffect.com. Don't forget that Z in pause. All right, so interview guest. If you would like to be an interview guest, we are, even though we're stopping the live game nights for right now, we're still going to do some lives for the next couple weeks before we leave on specific topics. And if you would like to be interviewed when we do those lives, also you can contact us at pauseeffect.com. And as I mentioned, tonight is the final May session. For the game playing, we will have a small live, probably just 1 hour or so on Sunday, the last day of the month, to announce the winners and basically just tell everybody about our plans heading into the first vacation. We're going to do a kickoff. We're going to basically have our friends follow along with us on this entire trip. So we're going to do some introductions and kickoffs to the grandkids and stuff before we leave. We're going to let you know some of the destinations we're going to stop out. We'll probably do small lives when it's convenient, when we're stopping at some of these places, and then also some lives from inside the coach. On the way out there, we'll have 5 grandkids, 3 dogs, and ourselves. So we think people might want to tune in and see what's going on while we're on the road on this trip. I see Nursing Our Travel Bug is in the lobby. That's awesome. We'll bring you guys on in just a minute. And we have, that really wraps it up for the announcements. So, Natasha and Bill, I planned on playing some games a little bit, but since you guys are already here, I can either go ahead and start the games for 15 minutes and then bring you guys on, or I can bring you in right away if you guys would rather do 15, 20-minute interview and then enjoy the rest of your evening. Do you have a preference on which one of those would be? You want to come in now? We're going to bring them in now. They're there. We're just going to go ahead and bring them in now. So we're going to jump a little ahead on the session. Let me stop sharing this screen. And I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys in. Hello, Natasha and Bill. Can you hear me okay?
Hey, Bradley. Yes. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh. Yep, we just came through. It was a little delayed.
Okay.
It might be my internet.
We didn't do a speed test before we jumped on.
Whoops. It's not that bad. It's just a little bit of a delay when you're speaking.
Okay.
So we haven't had a chance to really get to know each other. We've chatted a little bit in some of the rooms, watched each other's videos, commented like that, but I haven't got a chance to really get to know you. You guys, obviously, the name Nursing Our Travel Bug. Natasha's a traveling nurse, and from what I understand, Bill is keeps everything else in order, as well as the humor in the household, right?
Right. For sure.
So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourself, your channel, kind of where you're from, your family, and all that stuff, so we can get to know you a little bit more.
Sure. Well, you hit the nail on the head. I'm a travel nurse. I've been in healthcare for almost 15 years, but for the last 4 years, I've been a travel nurse. The 3 of those 4 years, we've actually all been traveling together.
That's right. So it's us and our 2 kids. Our daughter Bella's 13 and our son Will is 10. And we have Mr. Bernie here, who's a rescue that we picked up in Bernie, Texas when we were there. So ergo the name, Bernie. We spell
That's
it
nice.
Yeah.
And did they, actually that brings a question that I didn't plan to ask, but now that you brought it up, you got up in as a rescue in Texas. We were just speaking with Sue and Bob, or actually we saw their interview on Forever Best Friend, Lucky Dog. They just had one of their dogs pass away, and they went out and rescued 2 dogs. And they rescued from a rescue in Florida. Sue, if you're in the room, you can put the rescue, I forget their name, in chat. But that rescue will only basically allow people to adopt that are in Florida and Florida residents. Did you have any issues with that when you, how did you overcome that, or what was the policy of that rescue organization?
Yeah, we lucked out. Initially, we happened to just be going out for the day. We stopped at the Humane Society, and we were looking for hypoallergenic dogs because our son Will is allergic, as well as Bill. So we just were looking. We were perusing. We didn't necessarily have any intention of adopting. And the Humane Society had recommended this other shelter. And unfortunately, it was a kill shelter. So time is kind of the essence for these animals.
Right.
And Bernie happened to come in that morning. And there was one other small mini poodle there, but we didn't really bond with him very well. We did with Bernie. And when we sat down to do the application process, we were upfront with him. We said, hey, we're a travel nurse family. We don't reside in Texas. We go all over the country. And they said, basically, they do a background check. And so long as you don't have any neglect or any hits on your name in any other states, they're happy to adopt out their animals to whomever.
That's awesome. And we're rescue ambassadors. That's part of the main focus of our channel, is to bring organizations and people that support rescues, bring awareness to them. So we appreciate and applaud you for that. Is this your first rescue dog?
It is. It's our first. Well, we had guinea pigs. That was technically our first animal. And they were rescues as well. I think we got them at the Humane Society, but Bernie is our first rescue dog.
Oh, cool. And I guess now that we kind of segued onto that topic, You're going to be neighbors with us at the Mayberry meetup that I talked about. That's going to be a lot of fun. We should get together and plan some sneaky things out or something to sabotage the rest of the group or something like that.
Absolutely.
So we're across the pond, as they say, right? The main group's across the pond, and we're even behind the other group, right?
Yeah, I think there's like 3 main groups. The big group, of course, filled up first, and then there was one kind of in the middle with the other groups, and they filled up. So then, yes, they put us kind of in this third segment and said, "Oh, hey, Bradley's in that area." I'm like, "Okay, sweet. At least we'll know somebody."
We could be the outlaw area or something like that.
Yes.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's always challenging for us trying to do other meetups and other RV rallies because of my travel nurse contracts. When we go to an area, we're typically there for 3 months at a time. And it's really challenging getting time off even to venture to a rally or a meetup if it's close by. So we're trying to strategically plant ourselves so we can be in that area for the meetup.
I was actually thinking about that last night. I was wondering how you work the contracts out so that you knew where you're going to be, how often or how early you know where you're going to be.
Yeah, typically we start looking for the next contract about 6 weeks before the present one ends. We always have a general idea of where we want to go, but of course the market really determines where we get to go.
Right. Yeah, so for the Mayberry meetup, we might have to try to extend wherever our next contract is to try to match that up with our time between contracts, or either that or try to find one really close to Mayberry, but I'm not sure we'll have luck with that, but we'll see.
You just gotta what do I say? You gotta, I have a saying, and I just slipped my tongue, but basically, you just gotta take it as it comes, right? React to it.
I think we froze or something.
Yeah.
For a second.
We're back.
Yeah, your audio is good.
Okay. But yeah, it takes a little bit of finesse and a little bit of extra planning on our part to be able to make it to those meetups. But we're trying to take some tips from our friends Diary of a Family and be intentional about getting out there so that we can meet up with other RVers and just continue building our community.
Right. I'm going to take you out and bring you back in to see if that fixes the video here real quick.
Okay.
It did not fix the video. I've just got a black screen now. Let's try it again.
You always put that in the window.
Your audio is fine. But now we've got a black screen where the video used to be. But we can hear you just fine.
Okay.
You'll be our secret mystery guest.
That's interesting. Wonder if we stop our camera and restart it.
Oh, we can try that. Stop camera. Start camera. Did it work?
No. Let's try one more time. It did not.
Darn.
So have you done any meetups with anybody before?
We had done one with, there's a group called Full-Time Families. They have a reunion. This one was actually in northern Florida. And I think we went there and there were how many families?
I think almost 70 families. So like 280 people.
Yeah. And also we went to, there was a Road Life Project meetup in Athens, Texas. That one was a lot smaller. But yeah, we met some good folks there. And it's always good to have a smaller group and you can get to know people more.
Yep.
You're back on video now, so don't
Don't
change clothes or anything because you're back.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was just magic.
Next.
So we actually haven't been to any meetups yet. So we did bump into Izzy and MJ at the Tampa RV show. We were only there for one day and we bumped into them walking around. But other than that, and because of my work schedule and just kind of not knowing our schedule ahead of time up until now, really, we couldn't really plan for the meetups. We tried to connect with Galleon Adventures in South Carolina on our way to the Tampa RV show, but they had an issue and they ended up having to go back home early.
Yeah. It's tricky for sure. Because if you're not retired, you have to do that work-life balance just in general anyway. And then to try and match up your travels with all that, it makes it more complicated for sure.
That's exactly right. You've been doing this for 4 years. How long has your channel been active?
Well, we've actually been traveling as a family for 3 years. Okay. We just hit 3 years on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was our Nomadversary. But our channel, we didn't really start it when we hit the road. We didn't really have the proper technology. We'd film like little family videos here and there. But I don't think it was until January of 2019.
Right. It's kind of our resolution to, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to be consistent. We're going to keep it going, no matter what. Because, we were fighting bad data, trying to upload something, and it takes literally 6 hours, and you have to have a fan blowing on our jetpack so it doesn't overheat and shut off while we're uploading. And it was just a pain, and it wasn't fun. So we just kind of stopped doing it for a while. But now we're consistent.
Yeah.
Yep, trial and error. That's kind of how we came about too. So we're just a little bit ahead of you as far as the as far as the channel, a little bit behind you as far as the travel. So we've been just past our 2 years travel, 2 years full time, I should say, because it was a couple months after we got full time in the RV that before we could actually hit the road, because we had to sell our coffee shop. But we've enjoyed it, and we just did a kind of a 2-year lesson learned. I think it's good to share with other people kind of some of the things that we experienced and some of the things we did. But there's tons of opinions out there. I don't get caught up in some of the controversial topics that people have. It's just, do your research, do your thing, and then let other people do their thing. And as long as they're not doing something extremely dangerous, let them be.
For sure.
Yeah. Before you go to Mayberry, and you guys are in the Pacific time zone right now. You're up in the Northwest, is that right, or out in California?
Yeah, we're in Reno, Nevada, so just on the California border.
And do you have any plans between Reno and Mayberry?
Well,
we're kind of working on it. I don't know if in our last live we talked about how Natasha's nursing contract got canceled while we're out here in Reno. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of stuck in limbo, and we're scrambling to find the next place that we're going, and we're kind of in the midst of that right now. So it's kind of I don't know, but we're heading east because just the way her nursing license is, you can't really work in Washington, Oregon, or California immediately. So either way, we figure we're going east, so we might as well start heading that way. I think we're paid up here till Saturday, so we might just hit the road Friday or Saturday and just start moving.
Yep. And Bill is from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm originally from Sioux City, Iowa. So we'd probably head towards that direction so we could at least stop and maybe see some friends and family. But there's great parks along the way, like Salt Lake City is on the way out that way. Yellowstone, we've never been to Yellowstone. Just so many great places we could stop and explore along the way. So we've got some planning to do for sure.
Yeah, and if you can work it out, you can hit Amana, Iowa. They're in August, where we'll be with Aaron Jemison and KNR Destinations. So we're having a little meetup, just an informal meetup there. So, but good luck on your getting a contract there. I actually saw that video yesterday. I had forgotten about that you had your contract canceled. That's has the pandemic affected you in any other way besides that?
I think for us, just having things closed and not really being able to get out and explore like we normally do, like the kids love going to the library and getting books. We haven't been able to do that. We like checking out museums, hitting the local restaurants. I mean, you can do takeout, but it's not the same experience as dining in. So you just have to get a little clever with getting out and exploring. So that's been a little different, but we've at least been saving money in the pocketbook that way.
Yeah. The food budget was definitely small for us in April and first part of May. St. Louis, it's been opening up a little bit, and we've gotten takeout a couple nights ago, but that restaurant restaurant actually had seating at Mexican restaurant right down the way here. They're open up for seating like 25% capacity. So
Awesome.
it's starting to get a little bit more back to normal here in this area.
Mhm.
Well, I thank you guys for coming on. We're really looking forward to being your neighbor and meeting you guys down there in October. To all of our listeners, if you guys have not checked out their channel, go check out their channel. They're a family traveling with kids, doing the homeschool thing,
Mhm.
full-time living, and you guys don't have a sticks and bricks to go back to, right? You just sold everything and hit the road.
Yeah,
Right.
we did. We do pay our fair share with my brother in Texas so that we have a domicile for tax purposes, but it's nothing that we physically own. So everything that's in our 42-foot fifth wheel is everything we own.
What brand of fifth wheel do you have?
We have a Jayco North Point. It's a
Nice.
mid-bunk model, so the kids have their own sleeping quarters, and they actually just switched because there's a mid-bunk and then there's a loft above it. So daughter's getting a little tall. I don't know where she gets that from, but well, so it was harder for her to start climbing up in the loft up there. So they swapped, and I think it was fun for them. So they're having a good time with it.
Yeah, so far. We'll see if it sticks.
Yeah.
But we went with this model because it's the tallest front cap that we've seen out there. It says that it's 6 foot 10 inches in the bedroom in the front cap, which is exactly Bill's height. So he can stand in the shower, he can stand up in the bedroom. So that was a bonus for us.
Yeah, that brings a whole new type of issues I've never had to face, is being that tall in these units. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Kind of cut out like travel trailers right away, and even some Class A's, you're just like, if I'm scraping my head on the ceiling, that's not going to be comfortable living in. So
yeah,
kind of made it easy.
Well, we appreciate you coming on tonight. I think what we should do is we should plan another live session to plan out before we head down there to Mayberry, plan some things, get our game plan on some tricks we can play on some other people or something.
I
Sounds
love it.
good.
All right. Until then, we'll be watching your channel. Everybody else, go check them out. Say hi, leave a comment, and we'll see you on some lives, I'm sure, before then.
All right,
sure.
sounds good.
Thank you.
See you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right. Great people, Bill and Natasha with Nursing Our Travel Bug. All right. So let's get back to our trivia here. And let me catch up here. I saw some people come in. I saw Rhonda. I saw Lucky Dog and Carrie with the Art of RVing. Thanks for coming in, guys. I might have missed some others. Try to stay focused on the interview while people are in here. Be respectful of them taking the time to share with us. And let's do some trivia bingo. Everybody ready for some trivia? I saw some funny comments over here too, though I want to share before we get started here, so I can find the one. This one here, Mark. You should get an owl, I think you said after that, right? Guinea pigs, bearded dragon, German shepherds, 2 kids, and you should get an owl. That would be hilarious. Okay, so the way trivia bingo works is we play trivia just like we normally do, but if you get an answer correct, you get a point. And if you happen to get a bingo, you'll get 25 points. So that could really boost you from wherever you're at to almost first place, really, depending on where you stand in points right now. So we're going to go ahead and start and do some trivia here. Let's start out with, I'm going to actually stop this share here. I'm going to open up my, there we go. All right. Now I'm going to find a category here. And if you get the question correct, your name goes in that box, and basically you're given a point. I think I already said that, and then we will move on to another. So we're just going to try to fill out this board here tonight. And the first one we're going to do is a 1980s sports question. 1980s sports question. The 1980s sports question, you don't have to spell the name right, but you have to be first on my screen. I do have 2 screens. I've got my new computer back, and I've got my old computer here, so I can watch them both. And I have to go with whatever comes up on my screen first. So the question is going to be, what Cowboys running back had a 99-yard run from scrimmage, which put him in the NFL record book in 1983? What Cowboys running back set the record for a 99-yard run from scrimmage in 1983? Looks like Mark's come through first, I believe. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yep, Mark's first, and Happy Place was right behind him. So, Mark, you get that box. I'll go ahead and go put it in. 1980 Sports, Mark H. All right, we're going to do another question here. We are going to do a music question. This is a music question for the time frame of the 2000s. So we're actually going to go with what song by Christina Aguilera was the #1 hit heading into 2000, heading into the new millennial. What was Christina Aguilera's first hit? Not first hit. What was Christina Aguilera's hit that started us off in the 2000 year? It was in the #1 on the charts on January 15th, 2000. It was on the charts for 2 weeks. It was the first #1 hit of the year. Does anybody know the name of the song? It was not Genie in a Bottle. Thank you, K&R Destinations. Yeah, this Rod Run that we go to that pretty much every year. It's up in Ocean Park, Washington, Long Beach, Washington. I see Genie in a Bottle. No, nobody got an idea on what the song was. Reflections, come on over. Nope. I think I see it now. I think this might be the correct answer. Let me go double check. Nope, that's actually not quite it. It's close. It's close. There was actually a movie. There was a movie called this. I don't think it was affiliated with the movie. I'll give it a few more seconds and then we'll move on to another topic if nobody gets it. Proteus Rising comes in and gets the correct answer. What a Girl Wants is the correct answer. So Proteus Rising, you get the trivia bingo point. I'm going to go ahead and get that put in here. Okay, got that put in. And we're going to move on to another question. Let's go to TV and movies. This one's going to be a movie trivia from the 1970s. What 1975 blockbuster sees Roy Scheider utter, "We need a bigger boat"? What a huge movie that was. Imagine everybody's seen that one. It's About Time Now. It's About Time Now gets it with Jaws. A bunch of people came through right behind them. Jaws, It's About Time Now. So let me go back and share my screen so you guys can see how the board looks now. Movies, 19. Actually, I made a mistake there. Somebody else is in that box. So what we're going to do is we're going to put It's About Time in there as well. So we've got 2 people in that box. It's About Time Now, which gives both channels a chance to win a bingo on that row. But I'm going to share my screen again so everybody can see that, so they can see where we stand. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to another one here tonight. Okay. Let's pick this one here. We'll do another movie one, but it's going to be from the 90s. It was an Oscar-winning movie. It had more than 40 cast members. It was a 1995 Oscar-winning movie that had 40 cast members. It wasn't animated, but it did have animals in it. The name of the movie was named after the feature character. Does anybody know the movie? Don't worry, Sue, I'm kind of slow tonight as well. Not Dr. Dolittle. That's a good answer, but it's not Dr. Dolittle. Not George of the Jungle. I don't know the movie that well. I can picture the lead character. All I can think of is bacon. Because I love bacon. I love bacon. Not Jumanji, even though I love that movie. Let's see here. Papa Drew is just a random, but he ate too much cake and he now has gas. He always eats cake and he always has gas. So random fact there. And I think we got the correct answer here with Happy Place Camping. Babe. Babe is what we're looking for. So Happy Place Camping gets that spot, which was the 1980s movies. I think it was 80s, right? Let me go back and double check, make sure it wasn't 90s. Oh, it was 95. 95, so let me correct that. You need these 3 more boxes and you'll have a bingo. Happy Place. Let me go find another one here. Let's see what we're going to come up with here. We're going to call this one 90s TV. It's not really about a movie. It's just about actors, actresses. We've already got a 90s movie, so I think I'm going to do 90s TV here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a 90s TV. And let's do this one. Which star of Sliding Doors split with her fiance Brad Pitt in 1997? Which star of Sliding Doors split with fiance Brad Pitt in 1997? Hello, Charlie Grace with Forever Best Friend. And actually, Jennifer Aniston's a really good answer because we all know that they dated, but it was not Jennifer Aniston. Actually, Sue got it. Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow. Lucky Dog gets that one. Let's go put Lucky Dog in here. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these trivias before we move on to facts, fiction, and falsies. We're going to do another sports. We'll do a 1960s sports. It's related to Olympics and football. This great wide receiver was also the top 100-yard runner in the USA. He broke the world record in the 1964 Olympics in Tokyo. What was this wide receiver's name? It's a great wide receiver that was also in the 64 Olympics and set the world record. I want to think he played for the Cowboys, but I'm not exactly sure. That was back before my time in football leagues. Anyone know that one? And it looks like, let's see here, somebody guessed Tom Petty. That's not correct. If we had points for creativity, then we give it to you, but JC Journey gets it. JC Journey gets it. That's a 1960s sports. Let me plug you into the Okay, well, we're getting here. Let's see. We've got Proteus Rising has a diagonal. We've also got this row. Scott Jacobs can do history. Everything else is getting kind of wiped out here, it looks like. Movies this way, Proteus Rising this way, Scott Jacobs this way. So we'll go ahead and do a, let's do a 2000s movies if I can find one. Actually, let's wait on that. I'm going to do a history. I'm going to do a history one. Let's do a history for the 1960s. What was the most watched news event in the 1960s? What was the most watched news event? Think what happened in the 60s that people would have tuned in and watched. 27% of people. Yep, it's about time now. Got that quick. Moon landing. Neil Armstrong's moon landing. It's about time now. All right, let me see what other ones I have here before we break for, actually it's 6:45. Let's go ahead and switch over to facts, falsies, and fiction. And we'll come back to Trivia Bingo possibly in the future. All right, so how facts, falsies, and fiction work is we pull up a set of statements, 5 statements. 2 of these are completely false or fiction. 2 of these are true, but they're not true about this particular channel. We call those falsies. And then 1 is an actual fact. So Charlie Grace, Forever Best Friend is the channel. Did they, 1, nearly set the kitchen on fire boiling eggs on Easter? Did they have their trailer side swiped on the interstate by an uninsured driver? Do they have 4 rescue dogs? Do they own a mobile pet grooming van? Or is their RV called the doghouse? So we give about 60 seconds here for people to put an answer. You don't have to be first. Just answer once, and all correct answers, only those that get the fact, we're looking for the fact as the correct answer here, get the point for this one. Set the timer here for about 60 seconds. See if I missed anybody saying hi to. I think I said hi to Papa Drew's. I might have just called out his gas issue. I hear moonshine fixes that. And how I know that is when you make a drink with moonshine and you pour soda in there and it's got all those bubbles and fizz, or yeah, when you pull the soda in there, you pour moonshine over the top of that and it takes away all those bubbles and gas out of the drink. So you might try some moonshine on top of that, Papa Drew's. It might help you out. You're welcome. Okay, so we got quite a few answers coming here. That's great. So it looks like they're all over the place. I think we got at least one answer of everything. Let's go see what this answer is. KNR Destination says shine fixes everything. There's probably some truth to that. And the official answer is nearly set the kitchen on fire boiling Easter eggs on dinner. She has a video for that. You should definitely check it out. It's surprising how good humored Charlie Grace was, laughing about the incident. It could have been a little much worse than it was, but you have to check it out. As one of the there was some heat involved there for sure for what it did to that pan. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, this one is Gypsy, Artist on the Road. She's one of our top points getters. I have not seen her tonight. I don't think I might have missed her. Did Gypsy survive a tragic car accident in the early 20s? Did she help trap banana quits for the Jamaican government? Did she drive an 18-wheeler across the Alaskan highway? Did she own an angel fish hatchery? Or did she participate in over 100 protests in the 80s and 90s? And go. We have about 60 seconds for that as well. And yes, Sue, we would love to get some pictures of our pups for when we start playing Paparazzi again. It might be August before we get back to some of the games. We might do some trivia here and there. We're going to continue with some interviews, but mostly we'll be doing some live stuff with our grandkids as we travel in June and July. We're going to have our hands full, as you can imagine. So we got a lot of people saying 3, 2, 1, 5. I think we got just about every answer here except number 4. All right. So, and Linda has a question for you, Papa Drew. Which kind of cake gives you gas? All right, let's go see what the answer is. Old cake, he says. All right, here we go. The fact is, she helped trap bananaquits for the Jamaican government. Bananaquit is a bird. Did not know that until we had this and she was on and explained to us what a bananaquit was. My wife, Christina, is the one that survived a tragic car accident, and Aaron Jemison owned an angel fish hatchery. Actually had a YouTube channel on it before he started Three Tails RV. All right, let's continue through these. And this one's about me. So did I quit my job and drive to California when I was 18? Have I went geocaching in 5 different countries? Have I passed out on the strip in Las Vegas? Did I break my arm running from a boy? Or did I climb the bluffs along the Mississippi River? Once again, we'll give about 60 seconds on that one. Okay, and our destination says pass out. It's about time now. Thinks I climbed bluffs on the Mississippi River. Mark Hendrickson says geocaching. Wow, this is awesome. This might, my wife says number 2. You'd think she might be right, huh? Or maybe she's trying to throw everybody off. Hey, James Catneys and Cruising Grandma. See a few channels coming in that I haven't said hi to. Thanks for coming in. Papa Drew says 3 because he's done that. That doesn't surprise me. Who you having on the, are you doing a try not to laugh this Friday, Drew? Yeah, that's not a good sign, glitter on your face. I've heard about those stories. All right, let's go see who this is. Mark thinks that Chris chose 2 just because he did, like he knows me more than her. I've known Mark longer than my wife. That is true. That part is true. All right, let's go reveal this. They were right. I've been geocaching in at least 5 different countries, maybe more than that, actually. Amy McFarland is who quit and drove to California at the age of 18. And then our daughter, Henry Does It, who I haven't seen tonight, is the one that broke her arm running from a boy. Okay, and I'm not going to invite my friends here anymore. I'm surprised Danced with a Man was not there. You just keep wanting that story to come up, don't you? All right. Let's see here. Let's move on to the next one. All right, this one's about JC Journey, specifically about Chris. Has Chris visited 49 of the U.S. states? Was he caught trying to sneak Swiss Army knives on a plane? Did he once play in a high school basketball game against Larry Bird? Did he race motocross for a few years in his early 20s? Or did he once ride in a car with the actress Gina Davis? And go. Lots of 5s and 4s. I'm getting some others coming in now. I like when we get all the answers. It's not not obvious. And K&R Destinations, if you guys, whenever you're ready, we'll have you come in, and we'll start around 7 if you want, or we can wait till 7:15. We can bring you guys in early too. If you want to stick with 7:30, we can wait till then as well. But I don't mind mixing up the schedule to get you guys in early since you're here. All right, let's see what the answer to this one is. We'll reveal this. He once rode in a car with Gina Davis before she was popular, or before she was a star, I guess. I visited 49 of the U.S. states, all but North Dakota and Maine. Hopefully we'll get that fixed here over the next couple of years with our travels. Sue, Lucky Dog, was the one that I might have embellished this a little bit, but anyway, she had some knives in her luggage one time. It got stopped. I might have made it a little bit more dramatic than it is. Once played in a high school basketball game is fiction. Road motocross is also completely fiction. All right, I think we got a few more of these. Let's go ahead and finish up these facts, falsies, and fiction. Kyle and Kyle and Ryan, and then we'll bring you guys in. All right, let's see here. Lucky Dog Sue. Well, you just saw one thing, but this is a different one, because you can see that the Swiss Army knives are not here. Did Sue get born in Germany? Does she bar hop while Bob runs marathons? Did she breed German Shepherd puppies for show? Did she spend a month touring in Europe, England, and Ireland? Did she nearly die in a car accident in her early 20s? And just in case you're wondering, I do go back afterwards and watch the replay. That's how I plug the points in. That keeps us from having to slow down very much during the session. All right, we got quite a few threes, a few fours, a one here and there. Well, let's go reveal this. Looks like all the answers are coming through. I think everybody's answered. Well, let's go ahead and reveal it. There we go. Spent a month touring through Europe, England, and Ireland. Papa Drew, I think we should take points away, actually. You probably wouldn't know that you got points taken away or given, right? You're not on the leaderboard, so your points are way down there at the bottom of the list. I do think you have at least 1 point, though. I'll have to look. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Chasing RV Sunshine. Chasing RV Sunshine. So did they crash their first motorhome on the way home from the lot? Did they win the state lottery of $1 million in the early 90s? Do they live near the Leinenkugel Brewery? Do they perform in the state championship marching band? Are they a certified vet tech and software engineer? And go. I haven't seen them in the last couple of lives that we've had. I think they're a fairly new channel. And again, we're getting answers all over the place. That's good. We've got some twos, threes. Actually, we don't have two. We've got a 3, a 5, 4. So nobody thinks they won the lottery. We've got a 6. That would be tricky. That would be rude if I said it was 6. That wouldn't be a very good host, would it? All right, let's go ahead and reveal this one. We're going to get to an interview with K&R Destinations here in just a moment. They live near the Leinenkugel Brewery. I think it's up in Minnesota. Let me see how more of these we got. All right, so we're going to possibly come back to facts, falsities, and fiction in a moment. Actually, I'm going to do one more, but Kyle and Ryan, if you, oh, you're already there. Actually, I'm not going to do one more. You guys ready? Give me the thumbs up. All right, we're going to bring in Kyle and Ryan with K&R Destinations for a little bit of an interview. Get your energy up because I'm pretty sure they will. They're a riot. So if you were on their live earlier, they did a pajama party. Hey, Kyle and Ryan, how are you guys?
What's going on, man?
Hello. Can you hear us okay?
It's nice to. What's that? Yeah, I got away from work just in time to join your session for a while, and then I had to take a quick break to eat some soup before I started this one. So, you guys are that was your second live, right?
Yeah. It kind of
You having fun with?
kind of a fluke. Originally, it was supposed to be
RV
Kids TV. It was something we've been talking about for a minute, and then Rocky said, "Hey, why don't you guys go ahead and do it?" We're like, okay.
Great.
So yeah, and it was Peggy's idea to order all the panda suits. So
Yeah, 2 restless retirees.
yeah, so yeah, it was just a good time, man. We called the grandkids. We tried to get them all over to be a part of it, and they were totally down with that.
Sue, we were dying.
Yeah, that suit is like, I have no idea what it's made of, but it was like 300 degrees.
And we have our fan on, so.
Yeah, we have a fan on, so we were. I'm surprised I didn't pass out. I mean, honestly,
Right.
mid show.
And you guys are based in Kansas, about 5
Yeah.
hours from us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And is it a suburb of
Three and a
KC?
half on a good day.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on. I think our daughter, her husband lives, or not her husband, but her husband's family lives up there, and they drive up there. And I'm in my 50s now, so I drive closer to the speed limit most
Right.
of the time.
Right.
But I actually worked in Kansas City when I was 18 years old. I drove up there, and then I drive back on the weekends. And yeah, you can definitely do it in 3.5 hours with the right lead foot.
Oh yeah. Been there, done that. I love St. Louis. I mean, that's actually one of my favorite spots, man. That's why when we found out you were there, I was like, why haven't we made that road trip yet?
Yeah, well, we're rarely here. We were supposed to be here now, but we actually came back a few weeks early because of this craziness. But last year, like I think you may have heard on some of the other lives, we were only in our house for 12 weeks all year, and most of that was between like Thanksgiving. Actually, I think it was only 8 weeks last year. Yeah, it was only 8 weeks last year.
The Airbnb when you guys are gone, right?
Yeah, we Airbnb and VRBO, and it's booked about 95% of the time. So it's worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah, it was funny because when we heard that on I forgot where we had heard you talk about that. I've got the app. I started looking up to see if I could find your guys' place, because I told her, I said, we ought to book their place one weekend and go down and hang out.
Yeah, we made the mistake one time, I think, of not blocking it out. Or actually, it was just when we started. When we started, we were so surprised that it happened so quickly. We basically went into full-time living in an RV on accident, right?
Right.
we were just testing it to see how much income it would make and how it would work, and we didn't block any dates out, so everything just started booking up. And then
you said it took off like crazy, huh?
It did. It literally in the beginning, and I think we didn't start real low on pricing. We looked at all the houses in our area, and we live in an old city house, but we've remodeled the main floor, so it's really like a very unique house in this nice part of city of St. Louis. And it's not downtown city, but it's in the city limits. And so it's got the nice old 1940s and 50s brick style homes.
Oh, yeah.
But we've redone the kitchen with like a master chef kitchen, and the bathroom with a walk-in shower with the waterfall shower and all that. And so we priced it the same price that the most expensive house was, but it just went like wildfire. It was dinging. She would get those dings notification on her phone left and right that first week or two.
Oh, yeah. Anywhere within probably 10 minutes of downtown, you're golden.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think that's what it is. We're 10 minutes of downtown. In the area that we're in, there's not really any hotels in this area, and we're only 3 miles from the zoo. So we're just south of the zoo. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot.
The science museum's across the highway, right, from the zoo.
Yeah. It's right across from Forest Park. That whole area there, Forest Park. There's a lot of stuff there. So
yeah, that's a great area.
Yeah, and we haven't had any damage, so it's worked out pretty well. I shouldn't say any. We've had some small things, but they were normal wear and tear for the most part.
Right.
No real intentional damage. We did have we used to allow dogs. I don't know if we still do. We talked about taking them off because we had a dog that scratched the windowsill in the front window, but Chris just re-stained it and took care of that. But I mean,
Right.
when you're looking at income of somewhere close to $60,000 in 2 years, and we've had to spend maybe $100 in repairs.
Yeah, we call
It's
that a score
worth it.
bonus.
Right.
So, how'd you guys get started in? You guys have not got your travel trailer, so you're not a full-time travel channel yet, right?
Not yet. No, we've got our eye on it, and it's just a matter of we've noticed that the more we search that
With the pandemic, that's
with the
going on.
pandemic also, I mean, people aren't willing to negotiate any. I've noticed that the prices have gone up a little bit, and toy haulers that we're interested in is very slim pickings around here.
Yeah.
And we've had to actually extend our search area almost 200 miles of a radius around where we are just to kind of find something that's not only just in our price range, because we're going to start out as weekend warriors until like next March, just to kind of get acclimated and get used to the RV and make the mistakes that need to be made in the beginning. And so then March of next year, our lease will be up here at the condo. And we want to make that leap right then and be able to get into the RV and then spend like the next year while she completes whatever she's got to do to be able to go
Remote.
full time.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we'll be able to get out of here and start the whole traveling full time process.
We travel a lot right now. It's just not in the RV. I mean, we do a lot of traveling.
Yeah, road trips and whatnot. And you're right, forever best friend. You're right. We've been doing a lot of research. We've listened to a lot of people, talking to you, Brad, and other people about different rigs and different scenarios, and just trying to, for the first time, I'm trying to kind of hold myself back and not just leap and then pay the piper afterwards.
Well, we know what's important to us, right?
Yeah.
So at first, like he said, we're going to be weekend warriors, but eventually the thought process is we'll have the grandbabies for weeks at a time. Showing them the world.
So yeah, with the grandbabies,
we have to have the right one.
Right.
And quite frankly, I mean, that's going to be our forever home. So I'm kind of picky, honestly.
Yeah.
Even for the start right now and then eventually get something bigger, because I mean, we have 6 kids, so we'll have plenty of grandbabies with us all the time. But so we're being kind of picky. Honestly, I'm being probably more picky than Kyle is, because he's very much let's get out there and do it.
Right?
Women
No,
are picky.
I'm definitely more picky. He would already have bought it.
Yeah. We actually went to a spot and I found one and I thought that was it. And she's like, that day she wasn't even in the mood to be there. So I was kind of like, I didn't have any type of chance. Like I knew it, but I was like, no, this is great. This is a good one. I'm going to go for this one. And she was like, no. Matter of fact, just go to the car. We're done.
Sit
We're
down.
leaving. Yeah.
Here's my hand. Calm down.
Right.
Sorry.
So here's how it works in our household, right? I don't like to go look unless we're ready to buy. I don't see the need to shop until I'm ready to buy. Chris likes to shop and look at houses, look at what cars, whatever it is. She does tons of research, right? So by the time we go, she's already got a pretty good idea of what we want. Now, with our first RV, we actually looked for a long time because we couldn't buy because my job was in jeopardy because we just went through an acquisition. So I was waiting until all the layoffs occurred.
Oh, yeah.
And so we did all this looking. Then the layoffs happened. A couple weeks after layoffs happened, I didn't get laid off. So I went and we bought the unit. But we said, this is the one, 20 different times. And we changed and it changed and it changed. And we ended up going and getting, actually Chris bought it on eBay. It was kind of an entry model bunkhouse because we have 5 grandkids at the time. And we got a really, really good deal with it. And it was I would say it was pretty good for our weekend travel if we wanted to go with our grandkids. And we actually used it for the first year full time. But it needed a bigger bathroom and it needed a bigger kitchen. to really be a full-time thing.
Right.
And we only had our grandkids with us a short period of time, like 2 to 3 weeks here and there. So to have a bunkhouse for just the two of us didn't really make sense. So we ended up upgrading. And the second time we we went just to look, and I said, we're not buying anything. And that's my statement. We're not buying anything today. We're not buying anything today. We're not buying anything today. And we always do, or most of the time we do. But, and actually, Chris, I'm hesitant to say this because Chris has not said this once after I did it. But when I was looking, she went and got a new bike back in February. And 2 weeks after she got a new bike, she went out of town. And I said, I'm going to go look at bikes, but I'm not going to buy one. I'm going to do a lot of looking. I did a lot of research online. I went and bought the first one. I got a 2019 Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, exactly. So we do. It's fun. It's fun shopping. It's fun buying, but you do need to do your research and make sure you know what you get. And my friend Mark Hendrickson here, he's going on Monday to pick up his fifth wheel from Lazy Days down in Tampa. He's driving to South Carolina.
Yeah, 600 miles. I'm like,
yeah,
That's-
Lazy Days. Lazy.
that might be the way to go. And I tell you, the whole Lazy Days thing, I've seen that name pop up in different deals. And don't they have a RV park on site that you could camp out there for like a day or two to get kind of used to it?
I'm not sure. I guess it just kind of.
I don't know if it's the one in Tampa, but I know there's one somewhere. I thought it was Lazy Days that actually had like parking areas or whatever where they'll stage the RV at, and you could actually stay in it for a day or two to get.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
To get used to it, and then also if you have any issues, you can actually the lot or the sales or whatever the case may be is all right there, so they'll be able to check here and there on you and make sure everything's going all right. And if something goes sideways, then they can pull it in almost immediately and get it taken care of.
Yeah, that's actually, I was thinking that the other day. Is I told the story. I'm not sure you guys if you were on that live, but we bought our first one on eBay. It was 4 hours away to go pick it up. We got a great deal. We went and picked it up, and they do the walkthrough, and the walkthrough is pretty substantial, but they hooked it up for us there, and we drove it, and we drove it back, and it was windy, and it was like white knuckling all the way here. And then we came back, and it was probably a week or two before we went out and took it. By the time we took it out, we had forgot almost everything they did on the walkthrough. So I was thinking we didn't do this, but I don't think we did. We just went right to like a KOA or something and set it up. But I think a good piece of advice, I would think, if you don't have that option, like Kyle just mentioned that Lazy Days offers, once you get it, take it to like a Walmart parking lot, or if you've got property, set it up in your backyard, practice setting it up, hooking it up, leveling it, all that kind of stuff, getting used to it. So I think that's a great idea. If Lazy Days offers that, I think that would be fantastic, because you can get comfortable in it before you leave, ask the expert questions before you even pull it off the lot.
Yeah, the one in Tampa does that.
Yeah.
So it was the one we were thinking of. So yeah. See, that's what, and that's what also in Rocky with RV TV, I always say it backwards.
Kids TV.
Yeah. He even said that, clear up where they are in Gettysburg, they got people down in like Miami and Florida driving all the way up there. And I was like, well, shoot, maybe that's what we need to do, is to start going almost nationwide and looking, because really what we're looking for is really slim around here. So we might make some road trips around somewhere, and we might see, anybody in here out there.
Trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark says he's going to record the delivery. And I saw something over here from Proteus Rising. That's the other thing. Another thing we have in common besides RV is motorcycle riding. So we're pretty excited about Mount Iowa and getting to meet up with you guys and maybe do a couple short motorcycle rides. I'm hoping that Aaron rents himself a trike or something. He can go along with us. There's actually there's a Harley dealer only about 30 minutes away from there. So if any channels,
in it.
Yeah. And so, if you want to rent a motorcycle and join us on the ride, as long as you're, don't be the first time you've been on a motorcycle. Make sure you know what you're doing. But Bruce Horizon says here, don't buy a jacket the day before renting a bike because lots of laughs. So I'm not sure of the inside joke there, but it's probably good advice. But I wanted to mention if somebody wants to come to that Amana, Iowa meetup that we're doing with Aaron Jemison and K&R Destinations in August, and you do enjoy riding motorcycles, there is a Harley Davidson dealership not too far away. So if you don't have your own one, you can definitely want to join in the fun.
And we can't wait. I mean, it was we found a spot in North Liberty. That's where we'll be staying. So we'll only be like 20 minutes from you guys, but we are like super, super excited about coming up there and hanging with you guys.
So I was looking yesterday when I was thinking about the planning, and I think it'd be a good idea for you and me and Aaron, all three of us, to get on and maybe do it on a live session and plan out kind of some of the activities that we're going to do. I mostly want to chill, but there's a Wurst Festival, Bratwurst Festival or something like that on that Saturday.
I didn't get this fantastic figure from just eating kale, man. So bring it on.
And there's also a live music at this brewery on Saturday night. So I think that would be fun to do as well.
No, absolutely. And I've actually been looking, and I'm going to send you the info, but there's some, I'm sure you have too, but there's some beautiful areas up there to take the bikes through.
I looked briefly. It looks like there's some river roads that you can take up in that area possibly. And I haven't scoped that out, but I'm sure we'll find some good rides to take. We've got a question here from Cruising Grandma. Do we take our bike with us? Yes, we do. Actually, we last year had a travel trailer that was not a toy hauler. We pulled it with an expedition, and Chris came back after last winter and said, I want to ride motorcycles. And so our plan was to get a motorhome toy hauler and pull a Jeep behind it, put the motorcycles right in the back. It's really hard to find motorhome toy haulers. There's only a couple of models of those, but we did that. We found one last September. We load our bikes right up in the back to it, and then we pull our Jeep, towed the wet sprocket right behind it.
Yeah, that's what we've well, besides the grandkids, but that was our main focus on whichever rig that we get, because the bike has to go with us. I mean, that's just, why are you going to travel without your motorcycle?
So normally, whenever we go traveling, if we want to take the bike, we either just ride the bike and take a bag on the back of the bike, and that's typically a 4-hour radius because. You're taking the bike the entire time, which isn't a horrible thing. Yeah,
about 4 or 5 hours, your butt's a little numb.
But last year for my 40th birthday, I know 40. But Kyle actually surprised me and took me to Tennessee for my birthday to Tail of the Dragon, and we rented a U-Haul and towed it all the way there.
Yeah, we just got a little trailer hauler and. Or bike hauling trailer thing. Anyways,
he's okay.
Yeah, and went out there, and that was amazing. If anybody can ever get out to Tennessee and ride through the Smoky Mountains, man,
and not only the Tail of the Dragon though, but
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Hills Parkway, it was beautiful.
Yeah, they had just finished Foothills Parkway when we went out there. Yeah, we didn't even know it. We actually missed our exit. And we ended up taking Foothills Parkway all the way back into Pigeon Forge, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. So we've got some friends that live in Franklin, Tennessee, just a few minutes from the Tail of the Dragon there, and we're going to spend about 10 days up there before we go to the Mayberry meetup at the end of October and do some riding. And they say the Tail of the Dragon's nice, but it's pretty crowded in a lot of cases. They've got a lot of other routes they want to take us on as well.
Yeah, we went real early.
We went 7 a.m.
Yeah, we went really early.
30. I think we were about to pull through the Tail of the Dragon when all of the photographers started setting up. So we were there super early. Whenever we stopped and ate, I forget where we were, at the 129 Harley Davidson. Is that where we stopped?
The Dragon. Yeah.
But as we were, no, that's not.
Oh, no, at the 129, yeah.
As we were coming back through, it was super, super busy. Yeah. So we were like, no, we definitely, if you're going to go early.
Yeah.
To be able to really enjoy it
because we took our time. We didn't have to rush because there's some pretty gnarly switchbacks through there. And like she said, I mean, it was really nice to go through there, and it gets really busy. And matter of fact, there was an accident right after, because we had gone all the way through. and I was going to take the whole trip. There's a huge, about 4-hour ride where you can go all the way around. They got a
Different
map,
spots.
but we went about halfway and figured that we start heading back because it was really getting hot. But right after on our way back, we came out of the Tail of Dragon, and there was a huge accident up there, and police and ambulances, and that was our fear. Because you're right. I mean, it gets super busy, and people start being stupid, and it's dumb.
Yeah.
Why they can't just go in there and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of it's not even the motorcycles. It's the small, Need for Speed guys, right? They're in the little cars.
So many.
There was about 20 of them. We had pulled off to get a couple of photos, and there was a group of about 20, and they took off, and it was just an accident waiting to happen.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
now, Christina, you're not more than 30. Come on now.
We've both been feeling old lately. We've both been feeling old, that's for sure. But we upgraded our motorcycles so we can go on longer rides now. When we had those Sportsters, man, 2 hours in, it was painful. But we can do 3-4 hour rides fairly easy right now. In fact, we talked about riding motorcycles up to Iowa and having like an overnight up there and just going up for a weekend. And Chris is like, we've got the toy hauler. Why don't we take that up there and then ride around in the area? That way we don't have to worry about weather and all that type of stuff. And so I'm like, okay, cool. We'll get to visit longer, and we'll make it a meetup. And Proteus Rising says here they swap their motorcycles for a sailboat. They can always rent when they get the urge. If anybody wants to rent, and they think they might rent fairly often, a few times a year, there's a program called Eagle Rider. If you're interested in that, look up one of our videos. We do a review on Eagle Rider, and there's also a code that'll get you a free rental day. So just watch that video, use that code, sign up for the Eagle Riders program, and basically it's a monthly charge of $29 a month that you pay, and you get one rental day or one credit. Some of the bikes are 2 credits per day, but most of the lower end bikes are 1 credit per day, and you can basically get a bike for basically $29 a day. And you can save up your days and do 3 or 4 days at once. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
They needed that. I rented one time, and it was like 120 a day.
Well, we actually, it's Jamaica, so it's going to be expensive. But we actually checked it out when we went to Jamaica, and the price was just. I was
right there in Montego, because when you land in Montego Bay, the Montego Bay Harley Davidson's right there, and they rent bikes, and we were looking at it because we thought it'd be kind of cool to ride
today or something.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I got a personal loan, just rent the bike for 3 days. I was like, no, I'm good.
So
one of the drawbacks, and we say this on the Eagle Rider video, is we got it thinking that even if we had our own bikes, we actually got the rental program before we got our bikes, thinking we would ride a few bikes before we bought. But we didn't do that. We went ahead and went and bought after we rented one time. We were saving up the credits. We were saving up the credits to use when we go to Maui, but you can't use them in Maui. The credits are not apply in certain places. So Eagle Rider locks out certain places. They're big tourist motorcycle places. So keep that in mind. And you can still rent them over there, but you're going to be paying the price for them, right? $150 to $200 a day for the nice bikes. What bike do you guys have?
We got an 11 Heritage.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
And I tell you, I've had a Fat Boy. I've had a Ultra.
Love our bike.
Yeah, I've had an Ultra. I've had a Road Glide. I've had a Street Glide, and I got this Heritage, and I put that Mustang seat on it, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Obviously after about 2 hours, your butt starts to get worn out. And lucky for us, our tank's only 5 gallons, so that's about as far as we can go. But it's incredibly comfortable, and even more comfortable than my Ultra was, which is really surprising. I get the highway pegs out, and it's smooth sailing.
Forever best friend, there is nothing wrong with being in a Jeep.
That's true.
In a Jeep.
So Moondance has a Gold Wing. I've heard those are very comfortable touring bike like that. Cruising Grandma asked if anybody has any recommendations of a trailer to tow behind a Class A. We've never done that, so I don't have any recommendations, but if anybody in the chat does, make sure you connect with Cruising Grandma and give her some help on that. And Chris says, yay, Heritage, because that's what she's doing.
Grandma, I think those ones that you get it at where we rent from?
U-Haul.
U-Haul.
I just said that.
Yeah. Those ones you can
But
get
she's
from
probably-
U-Haul, I think will work just fine with that, and they don't bounce around a lot. They're a dual axle. They got a pretty heavy duty hitch on them, and they're pretty heavy constructed. So I mean, that's something to check into as far as
That size.
yeah, U-Haul might work out for you.
Yeah, Mark suggested an enclosed trailer. I know our friends Don and Amelia Wall and the people we were talking about in North Carolina there, they have an enclosed trailer. They actually have a motorhome, and then she drives a truck and pulls the trailer, a closed trailer with it. We didn't want to be separate. That's why we went the toy hauler route, because
Yeah,
we want to travel. We want to be together.
We talked about that same thing, and
I mean, some people make it work, but the best thing for us when we're traveling is the conversation, because you don't have the hustle and bustle of your phone. You're not checking Facebook. You're not checking Instagram. Like, you're really having a conversation with each other. And
that's our biggest bonding moments.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when we hit the road and we're hanging out, it's almost as if we hadn't seen each other for like weeks.
I mean, because you're busy with work and
Right.
life, and after you get done working, you need to cook dinner, and then it's time to clean the house, and it yada yada. But in the car together, when you're traveling together, that is your time.
Right.
All right, we're going to have to wrap up in about 2 minutes. I'm going to put another link in the chat here. We're running a little long, but I like having fun and chatting with new people anyway. That link is for a giveaway. We're going to do that right after we say goodbye to Kyle and Ryan here in a second. So go to that link, come back here afterwards, just leave a comment on that video, and that'll enter you for our first drawing. That'll be a $10 gift card, and we'll do that here in just a few moments. I did want to say Proteus Rising, I put them up on the board. I just found that channel not too long ago. They've kind of got a unique twist on full-time travel. They spend about half of their time full-time traveling in an RV, and the other half full-time in a sailboat. So it's a pretty cool channel to check out if you like check out the sailing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it was, Chris says it's great to meet you. We can't wait to meet you guys in person, and I'm sure we'll connect on some lives between now and then. And you guys have six grandkids, right?
Now we have 3 grandkids and 6 kids.
6 kids, 3 grandkids. Yeah, we've got
we got 2
7
more
grandkids.
So we're hoping more grandkids will come soon.
I just want to have the travel trailer before then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you coming in, and thanks for spending time with us.
We appreciate it, and we can't. I mean, honestly, we can't wait to meet you guys in August, man. We're stoked.
We can't either. So I'm sure I'll see you on a live again here pretty soon, probably even before next Wednesday when you guys go live.
Oh, cool.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, good people, and that's part of the fun of having the channels, doing these lives, is meeting some other people. I love playing the trivia, hosting the trivia, but it is fun to have conversations with other people as well. So thank you for your patience. We'll get back to some trivia here in just a moment. I'm going to put that link in here once again. Give people just a couple minutes to go over there and leave some more comments so you can be entered in that drawing. While we're waiting for people to leave their comments, I will go ahead and share or do another facts, policies, and fiction. Let me share my screen. And we'll do one on Aaron Jemison, one of our moderators, and also one of the channels that we'll be meeting up with in August, along with KNR Destinations in Amana, Iowa. And if you want any information on these meetups that we're talking about, you can email us, contact us at pauseeffect.com. Go ahead. I'll give about 60 seconds. Put in your answer here. Did Aaron once take a 9-month cruise? Did he serve in the Air Force for 21 and a half years? Does he own a campground in Amana, Iowa? Does he bar hop while wife runs marathons? Or does he have 2 dogs, 5 ducks, 3 rabbits? I was pretty excited that all the ones that I was doing before, we were getting a lot of answers, but everybody's saying number one. Number one. Oh, we've got a couple 4s here. Hey, Ray Crawford, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. All right, we're going to reveal this one here in just a minute. I think all the answers are coming through, so let's go ahead and reveal this. And everybody that said 1 is correct. He took a 9-month cruise. He basically is talking about a 9-month tour in the Navy. He was in the Navy for 20 years, but did not serve in the Air Force. And if you see down there, Joel from Chasing RV Sunshine likes to bar hop while his wife runs marathons. And Arkansas Woodcutter has 2 dogs, 5 ducks, 3 rabbits. All right, let's do one more of these. In the meantime, I'm going to put that link in one last time. And we'll do one more, and then we'll come back and do that drawing. So let's do K&R Destinations. Kyle and Ryan were just here. And we're going to talk specifically about Ryan. Has she shot a hole-in-one on the Blue Monster in Hawaii? Was she once on a Food Network competition? Did she win a milk carton boating competition as a child? Was she attacked by a squid in Jamaica? Did she serve in the Navy for 20 years? There may have been a clue during that interview. I'm not sure. Might have been a clue. We have about 30, 60 seconds here. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go pull up the random comment generator. Okay, we got 14 comments in there, so there's a pretty good chance for somebody to win that gift card. A lot of people are saying number 4 here. Let's go reveal this answer. Was attacked by a squid in Jamaica is what people are saying. And you are correct. As you notice, Kyle was wearing a Jamaica hat. So they did a video on this recently, and she got attacked by a squid. Okay, let's go ahead and stop the share here, and let's go ahead and do that drawing. So hopefully everybody's entered some comments over there. I'm going to refresh the comments one more time. We've got 15. Let me share my screen, and we will announce the winner. We'll draw a couple times here. Make sure, hopefully, we can get somebody present to win. That's our rule. You need to be present to win, so we'll try to stick to that. Let's see if we can get somebody. Let me share the screen. All right, here we go. Drum roll, and we'll see who our winner is. How's my audio sound tonight? Jarhead and Ginger's Journey. I did not. Are they here? I have not seen them tonight. So I'm going to give about 20 seconds to see if I might have missed them for them to answer. And I also would be interested in the feedback on the audio tonight. I've got a new pair of headset. It doesn't have the boom mic, but I believe the audio is supposed to be a bit better. Okay, let's pick another winner here. I'm going to do this again. See if we can find somebody that's present. Lucky Dog Productions. Sue, you have won. Would you like to accept the gift? Have me donate it like we did last time? Sue is also our points leader right now, I believe. So she stands to be our first place prize winner. I'll wait and see what her answer is. We'll go ahead and stop sharing this and get back to some trivia. All right, what time we got? We got 7:33. We'll play trivia for just a few more minutes. Then we will do our final drawing. Donate it to the Sheltie Rescue. That's what we did last time. We will do that again happily, Sue. We love supporting rescues. So let's go ahead and do some more trivia. So let me open up that trivia board again. And we're going to try to do, let me see if I can find something here. All right, we're going to do a sports trivia from the 2000s. Let me find a good one here. So this is a football. It was from a Super Bowl. It's from the Giants and the Patriots Super Bowl. The Patriots looked like they were going to win, and the Giants were driving Eli Manning through a pass to wasn't necessarily a top receiver at the time, but he made a absolutely phenomenal catch, catching the pass 33 yards for a first down, and he basically caught it by trapping the ball against his helmet as he was falling backwards. Can you name the receiver that made the catch? Receiver that made the catch. There was a great catch by Odell Beckham, but that was a few years later, and that wasn't particularly this one. But that's a great answer, Brian. It wasn't Odell Beckham. In fact, it wasn't a leading receiver. It's kind of obscure, but this is what this guy's going to go into history for. Anyone? Anyone? Might have to find another trivia question here. Cruising Grandma's a Pats fan. You shouldn't be crying. You guys have won so many Super Bowls. There's nothing to cry about. I should be crying about that one where you guys intercepted on the goal line against the Seahawks. That was heartbreaking. All right, so we've got the correct answer because you don't have to spell it correctly. Happy Place Camping says tie something. It was David Tyree. David Tyree. So they came close enough. I'm going to give them the correct answer there. David Tyree. Happy Place Camping. And if I'm looking at the board here, Happy Place has a chance. And I think Proteus Rising has a chance for the diagonal. I'm not sharing the board right now. I'll share it here in just a moment. Let me try to find one that means something here. Let's look at movies or TV. Let me find one here. Let's do the 80s for a movie. Does anybody know which film won Best Picture in 1981? Which film won Best Picture in 1981? Which film won Best Picture in 1981? See if I can come up with a good hint here. Chariots of Fire. Chariots of Fire. That's correct. Roy Crawford. And with that spot, it wipes out any chance of anybody getting a bingo on this board. But everybody that gets correct answers does get a single point there. Let's go ahead and wrap up that trivia bingo. I don't think since this is our last night, no reason to start another one. I'm going to move on to facts, fiction, and falsies for a couple more. And then we will wrap up our games for the month of May. Okay. Let me share here. There we go. All right. Facts, falsies, and fiction. Thank KNR Destination for coming in. Thanks for the interview. We'll see you again soon. We still have, looks to be about 20 people in here, so we'll play a few more facts, fiction, falsies. Then I will watch this tomorrow, tally up the points, and you can join us again Sunday for our readout of the winners. In the meantime, if you were at the top of our board, I'll show the leaderboard the way it was coming into the night. You're going to want to go check out our charities because you get to select the place where the prize money goes for the charity. So we got another one here, facts, falsies, and fiction for Jarhead and Ginger's journey. Was their RV named Traveling Ginger? Do they have a child named after Disney movie featuring Stitch? They have 4 children, including a set of triplets. Did they meet at a telecom company in Washington State? Are they currently based in Okinawa, Japan through August? We're getting some answers coming in there. I haven't selected the time yet, Sunday, Brian. It'll probably be in the evening, 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time, most likely. And again, we'll probably only do 30 minutes to an hour that evening. If I can get an interview guest, we'll make it an hour. If I don't get an interview guest, we'll probably do just 30 minutes to announce the winners and select the charities. All right, we're going to reveal this one. They are in the military, and they are currently based in Okinawa, Japan through August. They'll be moving back to the States in August, so not too far away. All right, it's about time now. Brad and Diana, they were our interview guests last Wednesday. Did they name their first RV the Pineapple Express? Did they once own a Blockbuster location before it all went bad? Do they have an RV named Gumby? Did they used to own a watch or clock repair restoration business? Or did they previously have an RV named Traveling Ginger? All over the place on this one. Got 1, 3, 5, and 2. Everything but number 4. Give it a couple more minutes here. I need to go get the link for the other video that we're going to do a drawing on tonight. I'll stop sharing just for a second. I'll be right back. I just got to go get this video real quick. And then I'll reshare that screen. Just a second. Thanks for everybody for hanging out tonight. We've had a lot of fun the last couple months playing these trivias, especially during this this unique time where we haven't been able to get out and do as much. We're going to do a drawing. Our last drawing is basically in remembrance of those that they gave the ultimate sacrifice. So we're going to use that last video. We took a motorcycle ride and rode through the National Cemetery, and I'm going to share that link to it in just a second. And that will be our last drawing here in a few minutes. So it works the same way that the other drawing did. Just leave a comment, and every comment is an entry. And there we go. Okay, let me go back and share, and we'll do a couple more facts, fiction, falsies while people are entering their comments in that last video there, and we'll do the drawing, and then we'll do see what channels are going live here shortly and do a channel raid. There's the reveal. I'm not sharing. Let me go back and share so you can see the reveal of that last question. RV is named Gumby is the correct answer. All right, let's see what else we got here. It's about time now. That's it. That's everyone. We went through everything there. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions for us? We'll just wrap up. If anybody has any questions for us, we'll give some people some time to go enter any comments that they have into that last giveaway video. That video was intended to be a Memorial Day video. Some of you might have caught it live. If you haven't caught it and you haven't taken a chance to really remember the lost soldiers that basically fought for our freedom, check that out. If you haven't been to a national cemetery, especially do so. The one here at Jefferson Barracks is very large, but I imagine it's small in comparison to other military cemeteries. But it was just hard to describe unless you go in there and you're in the midst of all those graves for the people that have fought for us and the families that have sacrificed. So appreciate everybody coming in tonight. If anybody needs more time to head to that link and leave comments to have the last drawing while we're waiting, I'm going to go see who else is live at the moment. Let me go see if I can find out who is live here, who we're going to go raid. Let's see who is live. Special thanks to all the moderators that have helped out all the last couple months while we've been doing this. And again, we're not completely ending. We just don't have a set schedule. And we invite you to travel along with us on our trip that's going to start around the weekend of the 13th. We're going to basically have our grandkids celebrate my birthday. Then we're going to hit the road, and we've got all kinds of fun stuff planned. If you like to see the crazy travels of a couple of grandparents traveling with 3 crazy dogs and 5 young grandchildren between the age of 3 and 12, you should have a whole lot of fun. So I do have a live here that we can go check out. Let me get their link. Let me get their link here real quick. All right, we're going to do that drawing. This is the link for the drawing. So if you haven't done that, do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the generator, random generator here, and share it in just a moment. Once we're done with the giveaway, we are going to go over to Northwoods RV and raid Corey's channel. So the second link that I've given is for Northwoods RV. This is the Northwoods RV raid. When you go over there, tell them that Pause and Effect sent you, or Pause and Effect raid, say something to that effect, so the people in the room will learn about us and come hang out with us as well, and let Northwoods know we support them. We used to be on at the same time as them. That's part of another reason we moved up an hour, is so we wouldn't be overlapping with Corey at Northwoods RV. All right, so let's go ahead and do that last giveaway. Let me put that correct link in here. Wrong spot. Let me go grab that link again. So you've got about 30 seconds to put in that last comment before we do this drawing. I just need to share my screen and show you the generator, get it all plugged in. Sometimes my fingers don't go. My computer doesn't cooperate quite as fast as I think it should. All right, we are ready to go with the random comment generator here. Let me get it plugged in. $20 comments on that one. Let me share my screen. We will do this last drawing and then head to our raid channel. $20 comments. And here we go. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for playing. Brian at B&D Crafts. Brian at B&D Crafts. I've got your information, Brian, so I will get your digital gift card sent out to you. Thanks again for playing. And you also, unless someone passed you tonight, I don't think anybody did. Aaron and Christina were behind you. I don't think there was any changes in the scoring tonight. Let's go look at that scoring one last time before we head over and do the raid. Let me show you that one slide with the scoring, the unofficial results. Let me come back up to the top here. Unofficial results. These were our top 3 places, and I don't believe there was any change in those tonight. So if it stays the same, and I will confirm and announce this on Sunday, Sue with Lucky Dog will be our first place winner. Artist on the Road will be second place, and Brian will be B&D Crafts. So again, check out our website where we have a partners page where we have charities that we support, and we also have a podcast page, and there's different charities on that podcast page. If you're a winner, you will get to select which charity you want us to donate funds to, in addition to the gift card that you will win as well. And we'll announce that all on Sunday. So for now, we're going to call it a night. If you guys can go to that link that I give for Northwoods RV just above, I'll show it again right there. Click that link. It's just a little ways up in the chat, and head over to Northwoods RV and tell them Pause and Effect sent you. We will see you there. Thanks and have a wonderful night.